Hi, and welcome to this module on project management ethics. It's a short module. I think it's I definitely think this is the shortest. I was always wondering whether this was the shortest or the project closure one is. I think this is the shortest. So pay attention. It's short, but incredibly important that you pay attention to this. Strange topic to have to teach. I've been teaching for many years, and to be honest, I didn't think I even needed to teach project management ethics. I thought it was self-evident in a way, to be nice, to be honest, to be fair, transparent, all those things. But a few years ago, I realized that I did need to. And as well as needing to, I think it just reinforces the importance of ethical behavior in the profession of project management. So that's what I'm going to take you through. I am going to take you through the Project Management Institute's Code of Ethics, so it's all from them. It's free to download this information, and if you become a member of PMI or a credential holder of PMI, of the Project Management Institute, you are expected to adhere to this Code of Ethics, and there are consequences from the Institute for being in breach of this Code of Ethics. So look, I do encourage you for professional reasons to act ethically, but also for personal reasons. This is one particular code of ethics. I'm going to show you the Project Management Institute one, but all professions have a code of ethics. They're all fairly similar, by the way. At their heart, they all say the same things. So for professional reasons, you need to act ethically at all times, but also for personal reasons. You should be an ethical person. You should act with integrity. And integrity means having a set of values and sticking with them. So I will take you through these steps, but they are from the Project Management Institute, so always check for the latest version of them. They are very similar to any other profession, and they will affect both your professional and your personal life. There are 4 of them, by the way. So let's start with the first. Responsibility. The first pillar of ethical behavior is it is our responsibility to take ownership for the decisions we make or fail to make, the actions we take or fail to take, and the consequences that result. The buck stops with us. That's it. We take responsibility for our actions. So we've got a list of the different components. I'm not going to read through them all because you can download the Code of Ethics. I'll just highlight the top ones here. So we make decisions and take actions based on the best interests of society, public safety, the environment. We only do those things that we're good at and are consistent with our background and experience. If we say we're going to do something, we do what we say we will do. If we make mistakes, we own up quickly and promptly. Okay, we're accountable for them. We protect other people's proprietary or confidential information. We don't give it away, we don't sell it. We uphold the code of ethics and we hold each other accountable to it. And when you become a member of PMI or credential holder, you have to sign saying you've read this and abided by it. So there's no excuses to not know about it. We inform ourselves and uphold the policies, rules, regulations, and laws that govern our work, professional and volunteer activities. So you should know your organizational policies, codes of ethics, local laws, central laws, and international laws, and abide by them all. And then finally, if we do become aware of a breach of a particular rule or law, we report that breach to the governing body. So if you become aware of a breach in this, the Code of Ethics, you would report it to PMI. If you become aware of a breach of the law, you would report it to the local police. So that's what responsibility means. The next one is respect. And here it says, our duty is to show a high regard for ourselves, others, and the resources entrusted to us. These mean people, money, reputation, safety of others, and the natural or environmental resources. An environment of respect engenders trust, confidence, and performance excellence by fostering mutual cooperation. So we inform ourselves of the norms and customs of others, and we are respectful towards them. We do not have to agree with them, but we are respectful towards them. We avoid engaging in behaviors that are disrespectful. We genuinely listen to other people and seek to understand their point of view. Show genuine empathy for them. Again, you don't need to have lived their life or understand or even agree with them, but we do try to listen to them. We try to resolve people with whom we have a conflict with openly and honestly without being personal and making it worse. We're always professional, even when others aren't. We negotiate in good faith so that we know that we can enter an agreement and that we will act honestly too. We do not exercise any power that we have to influence the decision or actions of others in order to benefit personally. We never act in an abusive manner towards others, and we respect the property rights of others. So we do not steal or take other people's intellectual or real property. That's what respect is. They all sound self-evident and normal, don't they? They sound like logical, is what everybody does, doesn't it? Unfortunately, it's not what everybody does. But you need to set the standard and live the standard. The third one is fairness. This is our duty to make decisions and act impartially and objectively. Our conduct must be free from competing self-interest, prejudice, and favoritism. Okay. So we are transparent in our decision-making process. We make sure that we're always impartial and objective, changing things about ourselves if we have to. We provide equal access to information to those who are authorized to have that information, so we don't withhold anything. This is particularly important like during procurement negotiations, that everybody's on a level playing field or everybody in the organization has the same information. We make opportunities equally available to qualified candidates. Now, this is an important one, conflict of interest, real or perceived. If you think that there is a real conflict of interest, you must declare it and let others decide what to do. Even if there's a perceived conflict of interest and you don't think there's a real conflict of interest, you should declare it and let other people decide what is the correct course of action. It may be that if it is a real conflict of interest, you may have to excuse yourself from that project or that situation. If it's a perceived, it might be able to handle it in a different way, but it could still end up with you being removed from that project or situation. So there we are. If there is a conflict of interest, we don't get involved in the decision making, and we disclose it completely. Now, this one's interesting here. We do not hire or fire, reward or punish, award or deny contracts based on personal considerations, including to but not limited to favoritism, nepotism, or bribery. Unfortunately, the real world is that there are some places around the world where bribery is still the norm, but the code of ethics is really clear. So is the law. We don't pay bribes. That's it. We don't give favoritism to preferred suppliers, and nepotism, we just don't hire our family members because they're our family members. We do not discriminate against others based on, but not limited to, gender, race, age, religion, disability, nationality, or sexual orientation. We treat everybody as a human being, and we do not discriminate against them. Okay. We apply the rules of the organization, our employer, the Project Management Institute, or other group without favoritism or prejudice. We exhibit fairness. Okay. You may need to examine some things about your outlook on life if some of these things feel uncomfortable to you, but this is what it means to be fair. And the last one, I've always felt this one is the most self-evident, but apparently it's not. Honesty. It is our duty to understand the truth and act in a truthful manner, both in our communications and in our conduct. We earnestly seek to understand the truth. We are truthful in our communications and our conduct. We provide accurate information in a timely manner. We make commitments and promises implied or explicit in good faith. We strive to create an environment in which others feel safe to tell the truth. And we do not engage in or condone behavior that is designed to deceive others, including but not limited to making misleading or false statements, half-truths, providing information out of context, or withholding information that, if known, would render our statements as misleading or incomplete. We are not dishonest. Okay. There was a book that came out many years ago. I picked it up while I was on holiday, one of those secondhand bookstores, and it was called The Truth Machine. I can't remember who it's by, but I like to give credit where credit's due, so I'll just use my phone to see if I can find the author of it. I got it on holiday, and by James Halperin. Yes, James Halperin, Halperin. The book itself came out in 1996. I got it on holiday for $2, and I loved the book. It was a great concept. This concept was that this inventor invents a machine which can tell the truth 100% of the time, cannot be fooled. And part of the story is he knows it can never be fooled, and he's worried about the consequences, or he doesn't realize what they will be. So he puts a back door into it, where I think it was that if he was thinking of a particular song, he could lie, but nobody else in the world could lie. So this starts out like being used in law enforcement to confessions. You have to put I think it was a hat, I think, or something went on your head, or I think it was, I can't recall. Email me and let me know what it was. But you can't lie. So law enforcement starts using it, and then it makes its way into all other levels of society too. And in a way, I guess it becomes a bit like that movie with Ricky Gervais called The Invention of Lying, where everybody tells the truth. But what was most amusing about it was contractual negotiations changed completely. At the moment, if two parties are getting together to negotiate contracts, the person buying the services will explicitly state the lowest amount they're prepared to pay for those services. And the person selling the services will come into the negotiations saying the highest that they want for the provision of those services, and they try and meet in the middle. The truth machine turned that negotiation on its head, and it was quite funny because what would happen instead is that the people buying the services would now enter the negotiation stating the highest price they were prepared to pay for the services. But the people selling the services would then state the lowest price they were prepared to accept for them. They're all being very honest. So an extreme example. But there we are. So responsibility, respect, fairness, honesty, simple, self-evident things. And these is what you should be living your professional and personal life by. So there is no quiz at the end of this one, like so many others. So just recapping, there will be times in your career where you will be challenged to act ethically. That's why you've got to have a set of values and got to be able to stick by them. You've got to know what your line in the sand is that you won't cross. And obviously documents like the Code of Ethics help you with that. The law helps you with that. Your own set of standards help you with that. In terms of your professional career as a project manager, you should make yourself aware of and read the Code of Ethics, and you should follow it at all times for your personal and professional reputation. In your career, you will find out that your reputation is everything. For a long and happy career, your reputation is what you depend on. So acting with integrity and having a code of ethics will help your reputation. And don't forget, the definition of integrity is, in fact, I like this definition, or a definition is the way we act when people aren't looking. So, do you return that wallet when nobody's around? Those sorts of things. What do you do? If you have trouble with that, always assume somebody's watching. And I don't know why I have to say it, but I do. Look, just be a nice person. Be a good person. Be a nice person. Be an honest person. Be a fair person. Be a respectful person. I've always been in business for myself for a long time, and I started many years ago with a internal company motto. It was only do business with nice people. I'd like to think maybe people do business with me for the same reason. So anyway, just be a nice person. Anyway, thank you very much. As I said, that is the shortest, definitely. I've just checked the time on recording this. So this is the shortest one. So we're all done in 13, 14 minutes, just gone over the 14-minute mark, I see. So thank you very much. Once again, I appreciate you taking the time to watch all of these, or any of these at all. And with all the other ones, if you have any questions at all about anything in this module or any other modules, drop me an email or send me a message, and I'll get back to you as fast as I can. But thank you very much, and have a great day.